What's happening, guys? Paladin here, and welcome to another deck profile. Today, as promised, I'm going to show you the pure Despia one, as you requested. This is a different variant of the Brave one. It's more grindy and it's a bit more aggressive. So let's get straight to it. So 3 Albaz, pretty standard. This variant needs 3. The Brave one needs 2. Best card of the deck. 3 Tragedies. I like to play 3 in this deck. I don't run comedy. I don't like comedy, to be honest. I find it a bit better in the Brave variant, so I chose not to play it. I play 1 Ad Libitum and 1 Dramaturg. Many people don't like this card. I really do, because first of all, it's an interruption, and secondly, it's if you fuse with it, it comes back, so it's another resource for fusion summoning. And 2 Fallen of Albaz. This card is solid at 2. Some people play 3. 2 is fine in my opinion. This is for the branded monsters. Now let's move on to the other monsters. 2 Edgems for the Frightful Engine. The Frightful Engine is very good in this deck. It provides resources, and 2 Edgems are fine in my opinion. 1 Dasher and 1 Celestial, because I choose to run Enforcer in this deck. Enforcer is another interruption. It's very good in the grind game. And I also run 1 Hex. Many people ask me why I don't run Dragoon in the previous profile. I believe that it doesn't really need Dragoon, because Brave tokens already put a negate on board. But this variant needs Dragoon because you may have to face stuff like Nibiru. And Hex, is a light material, and you can fuse with it if you don't want to, play Dragoon. So this is for the bricks. Now let's move on to the spells. 3 branded fusions. Pretty standard. 3 branded openings, also pretty standard. 3 branded in red. I like to play 3 branded in red in this deck. The Brave variant doesn't need 3. This one does need 3, because this deck is more grindy. You want to play Chimera in your opponent's turn. Really good card. And I also play 1 copy of the field spell. 1 is enough for me. You don't need more. So this is for the branded spells also. Now let's move on to the rest of the spells. 1 Foolish Barrier for the tragedy to add Albert. 3 Super Polymerizations. Really good card, especially this variant. It breaks boards. You can fuse with your Despias and your opponent's monsters. Some people side it. I prefer to main it in this variant. I also play 3 Patchworks for the Frightful Engine and 2 Polymerizations. You can play 3 Polys, to be honest. 2 are fine for me, because there is also the field spell and branded in red, so 2 is a solid number. And 2 Fusion Destinies for the Enforcer play. This is for the spells. And now let's move on to the hand traps. I play 3 Ash, standard, 3 Ghost Ogre. One of the best hand traps this format in my opinion, because everyone plays Brave tokens. It's also good for the Flow Under Ease field spell versus Needle Fiber, stuff like that. And 3 Nibirus. Instead of Nibiru, you can play Veilers or another hand trap. I choose to play Nibiru because it's a light, you can fuse with it going first. But in my opinion, Veiler is also a very good alternative if you don't have Nibirus. So this is for the hand traps. This main deck is 45 cards. Some of you may not have Enforcer. If you cut Enforcer, you either play 41 cards or you can add Allure of Darkness. You know, it's a really good card. It synergizes very well with Tragedy. So this is for the main deck. Let's go straight to the extra. Two Mirror Jades, 2 Albions. I really wanted to play 3 Albions, to be honest, but the extra deck is very, very tight. There was no space for a 3rd Albion. 2 Rebellions. This variant needs 2. The Ray one, in my opinion, doesn't need 2. 2 Masquerades. Also a card that I really wanted to play at 3, but there was no space. I also play 1 Quarities, 1 Enforcer, standard, 1 Dragoon. These 2 on board are a pain for your opponent. Dragoon is, you know, gets more beefy every turn. Enforcer coming back is also very good. 2 Guardian Chimeras. This variant needs 2. The brave one needs 1. This one with Black in red in your opponent's turn, popping cards and draws, and gives you draws. It's a really, really good card. I recommend playing 2 in the pure one. 1 Starving Venom for the, you know, super poly play, and 1 Anaconda for Enforcer, or worst case scenario for your Mirror Jade. This is for the extra deck. Now for the side deck. Some standard options, some standard cards you can play are token collectors, barriers, droplets. Some people play Gnome materials, you know, for the Prank Kids matchup. Drolls are also a solid option. You can make your side deck according to what you face in your locals. This deck is very, very good. It's very strong. The only, you know, negative drawback for this deck is that it hard loses to Dimensional Barrier, but other than that, it's aggressive. It can easily OTK, it can easily grind, and it's really, really strong. Comment down below any questions you may have, and any other variant you want to see, you want me to make a deck profile of, like, you know, Dark Lords or Invoked or whatever. And see you next time.